All right, so yeah, we are live, Vanna. First of all, before proceeding with anything, I would really like to thank our guest of episode 4, who's Vandana, for taking out time. Vanna, so what I gonna do is, like always, there is always a new audience joining in. They have seen your profile in our promotional teasers across social media, emailer campaigns, and all. So to them, we always share like what this legit question all about, who's the host, and then definitely we talk about this legal lens, and there's a hell of great insights awaited for the audience from your end. So we'll do that. So guys, again to the audience, thank you so much, guys, for joining in. And today we are at the episode 4 of The Legal Lens, the podcast which is hosted by Legit Quest. And the theme today is really amazing because we're going to talk about the next gen law, how this AI and legal tech is at work in this space specifically. We're going to explore like how this technology is shaping the careers and the whole of the legal ecosystem. And the great insight going to come from our guest today, like I just mentioned, Vanna. So guys, like a host, Legit Quest, we do belong to the legal tech space. We've been using AI, and that's how we thought of going forward with this legal lens. We are specifically in the three domains of legal tech, just to apprise the audience. So we have right now the largest litigation database of the country, and through AI technology, we have legal assistant on the top of it, and we are providing it as a SaaS product to all the legal practitioners and risk professionals in the country. We do have a case management system wherein the GCs and the top legal heads and even the partners of law firm, they can manage their cases easily on under one platform. And recently we got into sort of legal due diligence as well through a product called Libel. So Libel is primarily just to tell you in a layman's terminology, it is getting the litigation check done on any entity again on a pan India basis. So this is what we do as a Legit Quest. And Vanna, just to tell you, we realize like there's a gap in the market. People are still not aware much about the legal, the technology, how this technology is impacting the legal space per se. Right. So that's where, we thought of becoming a thought leader. We took this initiative, and especially my team took this initiative, not me, very honestly. So yeah, so they took this initiative. Let's start with the podcast. Why? Because it's something, which is impactful in today's scenario, right? And the idea was very clear. Let's talk about how this technology is impacting, the legal space in specific. And it was very clear that we will bring certain leaders from the space, the compliance professionals, the risk professionals who have seen the things on the real ground, and they can share the real insight. And that's where it will be more impactful as an awareness campaign, I would say. So that was the thought, Vanna, very honestly. So that's where today we are at the fourth successful episode. Today we're gonna deliver to the audience. And uh, on this fourth episode, guys, like I just mentioned, we have Vandana. So, Vandana, I will definitely take a detour to introduce you because audience would definitely love to know what's the background of the guest we have. So, guys, Vandana is one of the professional who's very experienced. Uh, she carries an experience of over 15 years. She's actually an award-winning professional, and her experience is across corporate and labor laws as well as secretarial and legal functions. She has worked extensively on regulatory compliance, corporate governance, and strategic legal advisory, helping organizations navigate complex legal frameworks with precision and insight. And currently, she's serving as a head of secretarial and legal at Ryan India uh, Tax Services Private Limited. So I mean, she brings a, I would say, unique blend of corporate law expertise and a forward-thinking leadership. So this is all what makes her an ideal voice today to discuss on, discuss how this technology and AI are actually transforming the legal system because she has seen that system, day in, day out in the last 15 plus years, right? So Vanna, without much ado, without keeping our audience waited, let's deep dive into the conversation. I hope it's a green signal from your side.
Perfect. All
All
set.
right, Vanna. Perfect, perfect, great. Thank you so much. So, Vanna, I mean, like I just mentioned, like you've been into this space for more than 15 years. You have seen that legal landscape evolve over the years, right? So,
Right.
how would you describe this shift now? Now we are at a stage where AI and legal tech is a buzzword, I would say. You have seen that when there wasn't anything, and today we are all talking about AI in legal. So how is that as per you? Like what's that shift all about?
Right. So I would just start off with the traditional way of looking at our documentations, our contracts, e-discovery, like the discovery of tools, some tools like due diligence and all the aspects of it. But over the years, I've seen that AI and automation are evolving like left, right, center. May
Hmm.
be it like the first was like ChatGPT, and then there was an introduction of Microsoft Copilot. Then there were a lot of players coming in board to have AI tools for you designed in the way that they have a little bit of protection assigned to it. So I've seen that many of the legal professionals today are using the AI and the legal tech tools for doing contract review, legal research, document drafting, e-discovery, and it has really proven to be more cost effective. And there is like the highest turnaround times. So it is also making the clients happy, like because they are getting everything so faster, which was not the earlier the case. And
Right.
some of the legal professionals are becoming a little bit of tech savvy, and I'm also one of them. So I'm learning technology every single day. So this is how this has been evolving, though I can see people are, some of them are reluctant and they are just using their traditional way because they are maybe scared of
Hmm.
using the technology, or maybe they are not having that much of understanding to it. So I
Right.
feel that it's been evolving, but it will take a little bit of time to get into the system, I would say.
Yeah. No, no, got that, got that. And I think you made a very relevant and a practical aspect to this whole discussion that, uh, there are people, there is a, sort of reluctance that is being observed, by you. And even I personally feel the very, same, on this point. But yes, if we take that kind of a pain that, I have to learn something new, I have to come up and, learn this new technology, which, some young professionals are using it so easily. So that's gonna maybe, do the miracle, and we're gonna see a bigger shift maybe down the line.
Yeah.
So just delving deeper into the same, like, obviously the shift is there, things have changed. You yourself is being, using technology now. So can you, like, to our audience, share some real life use case where you have seen like AI, maybe in your organization also has made your legal work faster, maybe more accurate or very efficient, because you talked about that. So any specific use case you can
Yes.
have for the
So
audience?
I will just talk about what I do using
Okay,
AI. So
interesting.
uh, I use generally some AI tools to draft some clauses. If I want to have some specific clause to be inserted in an agreement, that really helps me to do the same. If I want to have like a country specific requirement, I can just type a question in one of the legal tool and ask, sorry, what is the compliance requirement on the labor regulation? Supposing the question is, I need to know what is the regulations relating to labor law pertaining to Philippines. So there will be a list of items will be coming, prompting and coming in, and that will really help me to have just a setting a base. Okay, this is what the exact requirement is, though I have to deep dive and check what is the exact requirement. But that is like the initial understanding that I can get out of it. And as I'm also so proudly saying that I'm using LegitQuest legal research tool, which is basically giving me a summarized judgment on some of the projects that I'm currently working on, that whether that is legally possible or not possible. Are there any case studies attached to it, or there was any judgment from the Supreme Court? So those
Hmm.
things have really helped me to ease off my day-to-day job. So I would say it's a need of an hour. and everybody should use technology. But how much you should use it, that is a
Yeah.
question to be asked. It has to be done. Everything has to be done in moderation. You should not completely rely on the AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then, very honestly, I'm very happy that we are able to help you in this whole journey of moving to using technology. So yeah, and I'm absolutely right. Things doesn't happen like that. You have to put efforts. I still remember, that COVID period 2020. The
Hmm.
even educational professionals, I'm just replicating, the use case. Like we're talking about legal professionals today. During that time, even educational professionals, when COVID happened, they started adopting, even taking calls on Zoom, Meet, and that's how things happen, when it comes to it. So yes, we feel that things might be, difficult, but it comes out to be a little easy when we get hold of it. Yeah. So great, great. I mean, in contract and legal research, the AI has given you a great benefit. Good to hear that, and especially happy to sort of get to know that you're able to use our product nicely. So coming to the next sort of question, we have always seen that like you also mentioned some time back that there is a reluctance to use that technology, and even when we talk of AI in law, you know there can be many challenges, right? And there are, I would say, and maybe you are at the right position to face those challenges you have seen in your journey. So maybe, we would like to know from you, like, what are those biggest challenges that you yourself have seen, or you feel that, in adopting AI in law will be there? Is it like sort of trust issues that can happen with the technology? Is it a high cost thing, or is it like the mindset? So, what are your thoughts around that?
Okay, so I would just start with that adopting AI is clearly having benefits attached to it. Like you have efficiency, cost savings, you have
Hmm.
speed, but there are certain challenges. Everything has its pros and cons, right? So, first and the foremost problem area of AI is the data privacy and confidentiality. So, like there can be breaches of unauthorized access, compliance with the regulations like HIPAA and GDPR. Many countries have some restrictions attached to it. And if you are using AI, it is just a Pandora box. You don't know, it's a black hole, I would say. It's a black hole. You don't know where the information is going. So, and you need to use it more secretively. And how much you have to input the information and how you have to input the information, the AI is the question to be asked on this ground. Then I would say the accuracy and the reliability of AI output. So not necessarily that whatever you're inputting in the AI will give you the 100% output. It can
Yeah.
have some information which is incorrect. So you need to be having that in moderation. And in the stance, you should also use your act, bare act, to see whether this information is correct with the information that is coming through AI, because it's still
Mm,
evolving. It's not like it's completely on the ground. It will take time for getting it more set up, and it will be, I would say, it will take more than 10 years to get
mm,
it stabilized as a platform. And of course, we don't have laws to protect AI, right? So Europe has
mm,
come with the Europe AI Act, but that is still on the very niche, and it is just having some basics. It is not like that, not like a act which can be taken as a base, and every country can adopt the same. It is
mm,
still evolving. I would say people who have drafted that act was not having too much of information, and it is just a very basic act that is in place. So I would say it will take a little bit of time for the lawmakers also to have the acts coming into place, and the bare acts also coming into place. So we have seen the data privacy law, digital data protection bill was introduced in and it was there, but the rules have still not been formed. It's still under discussion. So you can see how the things are slowing right now. It will take time
mm,
for things to get evolved. So I would say the similar way AI, and I would also say that there is an ethical and professional responsibilities issues as well. So who will be on the blame if there is any leak of information? Will it be an individual? Would it be
mm,
attorney? Or would it be who's ultimately responsible, we don't know about it, right?
Yeah.
And of course, people don't have knowledge to put the prompts in the AI. Like what kind of prompts that you need to insert. Do you want to insert refine? Do you want to insert polish? How
Mm.
you have to draft those prompts in the AI tool to get the proper answer of it. Because
Right.
AI is a learn machine reading kind of thing. So you need to
Correct.
just understand from that bit as well. And of course, courts have not used as of now. They are setting boundaries of using AI and
Mm.
other tools. And I will just give you one very sad story of person
Okay.
using an AI. So it was just an individual. It is nothing relating to corporate. I heard a news in the US. There was an individual who was under a depression, and he was typing something in the AI, and the AI suggested him to commit suicide, and he committed suicide.
Oh
Now,
God.
now his parents was basically reaching out to the courts to just check whom to blame this. Is it the organization
Mm.
that is
Mm.
giving this AI prompts, or it is going to be somebody else? So it is still the questions to be, and it's the case is still going on in the courts, and nobody is having the knowledge whom to blame about it,
Yeah.
because it's just the coding that has been put in the system. And would it be the
Yeah.
coder who has put that information in the system?
God.
It's like a Pandora box. And of course,
Yeah.
some of the contracts that we have the attorney client privilege clauses.
Yeah.
Those clauses can be breached if you put some of the information in the AI to get the output out of it. So everything, that's why I was saying everything needs to be used in moderation, and you need to see where you are actually utilizing the AI tool for.
Right. Right. Very interesting, Vandana. Very interesting. I think the story that you talked about actually, uh, uh, you know, pushes us to think like, really, we are very, at times feel delighted that, we have a technology on our fingertips. But yes, there can be a, sort of challenges or a backlash that can happen. So very interesting to know. And I agree that, everything which is to be used has to be used when you are very conscious enough that, and you have a full right to use to whatever extent. And at the end, I also believe that it cannot replace human, right? Though
Absolutely.
people have been talking about, I think you carry the same view because I've been hearing you out. So yeah, I mean, you have to be conscious enough to use your own decision making and everything. So very interesting. I think our audience has definitely got a great insight. There are many challenges, though it sounds very flashy, but yeah, has to be taken care of while using it. So just going further with this, there has been a lot of debates going on this AI, that the AI will eat a lot of jobs in the market. Across the sector, this was a buzz news happening. So in legal space, I'm not sure like what you have experienced, what you have observed. Will it really be somewhere people losing out job, those traditional jobs gonna be going out, and or will it be like kind of an enabler that will create new opportunities, because that is the debate across the sector. So I wanted to know, like, specifically in legal space, how do you observe this thing?
Yeah. So I would just begin with my answer like technology is the need of an hour. So everybody needs to understand that latest technology which is going around relating to legal space. So you need to first get hold of it. So that will first and foremost remove your thought of getting a, like my job is at risk. So once you
Hmm.
have that information, so AI is a thing that you need to that needs a human to manage, right? AI cannot take over the jobs, of course. So who will validate what is coming out of AI? There has to
Hmm.
be a human element attached to it. Supposedly, if
Absolutely.
I'm putting a question to the AI, tell me what is the board meeting frequency? Just an question. The the AI is giving me the answer that the board meeting has to be held like 4 times in a year with a gap of 120 days. I need to verify that whatever information that is coming out of AI is what is given in the act. So I'm just saying that you need a human intervention to check
Yeah.
whether the output which is coming from the AI is correct or not. And you need to, I mean, you need to think that it's going to be more enabler than a threat for you. So once you are tech savvy, It will help you to smartly manage your legal strategy and having a better client outcomes. Again, where you're using AI is the question. So
Hmm.
I mean, not everything can be done by AI. I would say not everything can be done by AI. AI
Hmm.
can take only small role of yours, but it cannot take the whole bunch out of it. So it's not a thing that you should be scared of. You should take it
Hmm.
as a welcoming thing, grab it to your best possibility, and and use it.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, I think it's all about, even across the sector, it's kind of a same theme going around. Like, even to use AI, we need people who are trained to, tackle AI. So we need people that way. So I mean that, news talking about eating job also, I mean, does not feel relevant to me as well. Yeah. So I think you sort of validated on the very same point. So so we've been speaking about AI a lot. So yes, you just mentioned, like, in our conversation, that you've been using it for legal research or contract and drafting and whatnot. So maybe looking ahead, I mean, just taking your thought process, because you've been into this industry for long. So what do you think, like AI, legal tech, which kind of an area would be disrupted after maybe 5 to 10 years, apart from the ones you mentioned, where the AI can really change the game, rules of the game, maybe? Yeah.
I would say the task which is highly repetitive, data driven, and rule based. Those tasks would be more managed by the AI in the future. And I would say, like contract drafting and review. I would say contract
Mm,
lifecycle management, then e-discovery, compliance and risk management, litigation analytics strategy, due diligence and M&A, I would say. So these
right.
are the basically I'm just forecasting and that this
Mm,
will be like more coming in future used by the use of AI. And
right.
some
Right.
organizations are actually doing it. I mean, I get almost every day a call that we are providing this kind of thing. We are providing you e-discovery tool. We are providing you contract lifecycle management, which is AI driven. We are providing you the contract drafting and review through AI. And there are
Mm,
many people in the industries who are providing this tool. I think RegQuest is also providing this kind of tool. So it's slowly evolving. Yeah. And I would see that it will take over in 5 years
yeah.
down the line.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So still, I mean, what I got from your response is like there's lot to uncover as well. I mean,
Yes.
probably we might see maybe that we may not be even, sort of predict and forecast right now. There might be lot many use cases, but definitely the kinds of jobs, the roles that are repetitive in nature will definitely gonna be impacted by AI. Got that, got that. So another thing is, like, you know there's a we all know, like, there's a largest backlog of pending cases we have in the world as a country, right? So there was another, sort of debate happening whether AI can, or this technology can really speed up this kind of a justice delivery also or not. I mean, what are your thoughts around that? Can that really help into that backlog and pending cases also?
I would say yes, definitely
Okay.
yes. Uh, I would say, but it has to be like acceptable by the courts and the
Hmm.
judicial bodies. I would say some of the tools that I can think of is like automated case management and prioritization that they can do by AI powered research tool for the judges and lawyers. They can do digital filings and hearings. They can do
Hmm.
online dispute resolutions as well. Uh, they can also do legal aid and aids through justice by using AI and the legal chatbots. All these things can be utilized, but how much they are welcoming those is a
Hmm.
question. So
Right.
I would say I think during the COVID time, I remember NCLT used to do this online hearings,
Hmm.
and because of COVID times and because nobody
Yeah.
can go out, so they were doing all these hearings online, and that was just a start. I would say it
Yeah.
was start. So I would feel that the more they are going to get evolved, the more they are going to welcome the technology and AI in a positive note. I think this can really, really help in
Hmm.
reducing a number of cases which are there in the court. They have to just
Correct.
be uh, taking it into a positive way. I think then only the things can make a difference.
Very interesting because you talked about a lot of interesting use cases for reducing this pendency, but you also showed us the reality like it has to be welcomed by the authorities, it has to be
Yes.
welcomed by the judiciary, and how much it gonna be sort of implemented on grounds gonna make the real difference. Though we are speaking right now, we are trying to change the whole landscape through our conversation, but yes, I think it should reach out to the authorities, and I think then only we'll be able to get to a real impact. And I think that will happen. It's somewhere I also feel probably. So really interesting insight, Vandana. So moving to my sort of last question because like we said we are talking about a theme wherein we are talking about next gen law, and obviously we want to see our country having the next generation lawyer who are much sort of equipped with this technology, who are sort of the next level guys, right? Taking the judicial system way forward. So what would be your advice, maybe to the law schools also, maybe to the young professionals, how we can get to these next gen of lawyers in this age of AI?
Um, I would say starting with a course curriculum. They
Yeah,
can involve subjects like AI and legal technology and all that stuff, building in their course curriculum with the subjects that they are exactly having, and how they
right.
can utilize it properly. They would absolutely need the help of the legal, I mean, the industry who are giving the technology platforms and doing all this AI work. They can partner with those people to build a course curriculum in those grounds. I think that
Yeah,
can really help building the next generation lawyers, I would
yeah,
say. And other thing that I would say is the internship. So if the lawyers are doing this internship, they can go to some like tech savvy companies, which are giving all these kind of services to understand how this AI works, how this legal tech works, and that can really help them to build up their future.
right. No, no, got that. And I think you made a very relevant point. As a generic point, also we have seen that there are debates going on the whole of the education system, right? That it has to be sort of updated every now and then, and there has to be more of a sort of industry inter engagement more with the kind of students. So I think you put forward the very relevant point into the legal space scenario as well for law schools and law universities, right? So absolutely curriculum changes and more interface and interaction with the people who are actually using the AI. That's gonna give them the
Right.
great exposure. Got that. So I think Vanna, really interesting conversation I had it. I don't know about you, but I have really enjoyed
Loved
every
it.
bit of it. Every bit of it, and I'm sure our audience have got a really great insight. The kind of use cases you talked about, the kind of the realistic stories you talked about. I think there's a lot of takeaway that we got today, and I would again deeply want to thank you. Though this is the last lag where I take again one more leverage to sort of conclude and end up. So really thanking you again and again. And
Thank you so
it
much.
was really a nice conversation. And we really look forward to much more engagement with you. And to our audience, yes, thank you so much, guys, for joining in. We wrapped the session today, and it was really an interesting conversation from my eyes. You can obviously put comments and put questions. We'll try to answer those questions as well from our in-house team, and maybe we can forward some to Anna as a comment on the video. So thank you for joining in, and we look forward you guys to join in for our episode 5 as well. Uh, More news to come on that because we have not released the theme and everything. So thank you everyone. Thank you Vanna, and we
Thank you
can
very much.
close. Any last few words you have before we close? I mean, I don't know.
I would just say, like I have already said, but I'm repeating it again, just as a
Yeah.
highlight. Please use technology and AI in moderation. Don't be dependent on them. I would just say like that.
I think that's the best thing I think we can reiterate on this session, that we have to be cautious enough in using the technology, though it's for our benefit, but it can backfire if we are not smart enough to use it. So
Absolutely.
perfectly close, Vanna. Thank you so much again.
Thank you very
And yes,
much.
we can, yeah, we can go on live. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Bye.